The intel lies deep in the enemy's lair. A prize for the bold, if they dare. Scouts rush past with blistering speed, while heavies hold ground, a wall of meat. The spy slips through with cunning grace, as rockets and bombs light up the place. Victories roar or defeats end. Capture the flag again and again. Hello, my name is Twister and welcome to TF2Night. The poem you just heard were the words inscribed on the mysterious obelisk that has appeared just outside Whatville. You would do well to listen to the obelisk. There are plenty of incredible game modes offered in TF2. King of the Hill, which is my personal favorite, Payload, which paved the way for other shooters to steal, and who could forget about Team Fortress All-Star Racing? They all offer different challenges and strategies that make for a competitive and enjoyable experience. But what do you think about when I say capture the flag? And why is your answer is that it's ass? Let's figure it out.
Sponsored by The Heavy Update. Tired of only having two good miniguns? Well, wait till your opponents take a hit of the Midi Blunt. Do you miss what was taken from you at birth? Never fear, because the Forbidden Foreskin is here. Is that a new weapon in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? Introducing the Bolshevik Boner. Finally, the map you all been waiting for. CP Cracker Barrel. The Heavy Update. It will be worth the wait. Releasing, it's gonna be releasing when I
bet you're wondering why I chose to talk about CTF today. Well, it all started weeks ago. Ironically, a friend and I queued up for CTF Well, thinking it would be a silly, carefree time. It was nearly midnight and we both decided we had one more game in us. One more game. What a joke. What followed was nothing short of a crime against humanity. We would go on to be held hostage on a 12 a.m. Capture the Flag Well server for 3 torturous hours. That's right, 3 hours. There is no timer on Capture the Flag. This gaggle of absolute sickoids that were on the other team had no interest in leaving their base. Like a weeb on a beautiful day, they were happy to stay inside. They stocked up on medics, sentries, heavies, demos, and waited for us to enter those damn metal doors. To make matters worse, we weren't going up against any regular gamers. No. This lot was full of bronies, and not the friendly kind. Unfortunately, they had help from our teammates who were 2 cloak-and-do-nothing spies. They would just sit in the intel room, and when asked if they were going to do anything to help us, they would proudly say,
"No, I'm scared."
It was going to be up to me, my friend, and one brave scout to stand up to this band of deranged bronies. For 3 hours we fought, winning some fights, losing others, never being able to secure the last point. 3 hours of fighting, and do you know how they repaid us? By switching to the vaccinator. If there was ever a question on whether or not we needed to win this game, it was gone now. We would throw ourselves to the meat grinder, which was their intel camping heavies and soldiers. Desperately, we scraped our way to even get a touch of the intel, but it all seemed pointless. With a brony stack using the forbidden medigun, how could we beat them? I'm sure they felt something similar, but in their arrogance, they left an opening for a very brave scout. This victory was sweet, and only made sweeter when one of the bronies called us a slur. As we laughed at our hooved foes, I couldn't help but think, what the hell is up with Capture the Flag?
Sunday, at the Gravelplex, 5-time heavyweight champion, Senor Pinche Pizoñas takes on my stepdad, Greg, in a no-holds-bar fight. 2 men step into the arena. Only one will walk away. Tune in to...
Shortly after Mr. Pinches Pizoña's arrival, he unfortunately passed away. Both his damn arms had been ripped off. It was really nasty. I mean, I've seen some mangled bodies in my day, but this was some next level stuff. Stepdad Greg is yet to make a comment on the fight.
Ah, Team Fortress 2, a cultural icon.
Free! It's free! It's so free! It's free! It's free!
Even if you've never played it, you know the characters, you know the hats, you know the memes. But you know what really blows my mind? The most iconic map in TF2 isn't some masterpiece of game design. No, it's not. It's 2 Fort. How the hell is it 2 Fort? A lot of people believe this map is hot garbage, so how is it still so legendary? Well, 2 Fort definitely has symmetry going for it, as does every other Capture the Flag map. That makes it very easy to understand, or accessible, to say the least. Also, Capture the Flag as a game mode is a classic. Even people who've never touched TF2 know how to play that one. But the real secret sauce that keeps 2 Fort in all of our hearts? The culture. Fan art? Oh yeah. SFM videos? For sure. Even Meet the Spies in 2 Fort. This map's resume simply cannot be denied. I'll be honest though, it's still trash. Snipers stand on its balconies, slack-jawed, staring at the other side. Engineers stack up in the intel room. Demo men are spawn camping. The only health packs in mid are in the sewers. And if an engineer set up there, you might as well just killbind. But listen, not all Capture the Flag maps are stinkers. So let's talk about a good one. Applejack is wonderful. Aesthetically, it's a beautiful fall-themed map. You got buckets of apples lying around, and the trees are beautiful. It's like Harvest's little brother in the middle of the map. What's not to love? Balance-wise, it is wide open in the middle, so demos, scouts, and soldiers can fly around to their heart's content, but it's not too open as to where a sniper can see everything going on. There is also a solid amount of health packs scattered around, so if a medic isn't present, which, you know, no one's ever seen a casual server without a medic, so I'm kind of talking crazy, but let's just say if there isn't a medic present, you don't need to go all the way back to spawn to get your health up. Applejack can get a little bit stalematey, but it is not as insurmountable as other maps. I think there are plenty of routes that you can take to get to the intel, so generally there's just more options to break a potential stalemate. Okay, one more stinker. I gotta talk about this one. I'm born and raised CTF Turbine. That's where I was born. That's what raised me to be the TF2 player I am now, and holy moly, replaying this one has been rough. I'm afraid that I have been looking at Turbine through rose-tinted glasses. As soon as you leave your spawn, you are presented with a metal sliding door. If you are lucky, a demo man does not have stickies on the other side of it. If you're able to get out, then you have to go through not one, but 2 devastating choke points to get to the intel. Unless you're trying to take the path that takes you right through the enemy spawn, which obviously is never a good idea. You better believe these points are going to be heavily protected by sentries. It is grueling, and if you are somehow able to get past all the sentries, all the enemies, then you better get the hell out of there. The enemies respawn right next to the intel room, and they will be looking for your ass. The crazy thing is, I don't even think Turbine is a good deathmatch map either. The corridors that you have to fight in are so claustrophobic. It's pretty easy to spray and pray in this shitter. The whole map is damn near flat as well, so sniping can be pretty easy on this map, especially if you're protected by a wave of sentries by that first choke point. The mid is so cramped with all this shit lying around. Also, the skybox is so damn low, you go to rocket or sticky jump and you just bash your brains into a lamp that's hanging from the ceiling. This map is a certified stinker. But hey, let's end on a good note. And let's talk about a map that really surprised me. Landfall has all the makings of a great deathmatch map. Again, it has a wonderful aesthetic just like Applejack. It is a logging site that has big old trees sticking out the ground as they usually do. A catwalk stretches across the mid, connecting these trees and providing a high ground for anybody brave enough to take it. It's a map that feels like every class can do well on multiple points of the map, which is rare for most TF2 maps, to be honest. I will say though, the intel is right next to the spawn, so if players are dug in, it can be a pain in the ass to try and cap. But listen, the objective is not important here. It is fun to fight in the middle of this map. There are plenty of medium health packs in the middle, so again, no medic, no problem. So that leaves us with a scenic arena to fight in, and more than enough health to go around. Ultimately, it's a map that feels good to play on. even when the stalemate hits. So those are some stinkers and maybe some hidden gems in the Capture the Flag catalog, but what does it mean to queue up for Capture the Flag?
Konnichiwa. I guess you can call me somewhat of a hopeless romantic. Dio.
I'm looking for a proper woman. Girls need not apply.
Old Rusty's too tired. Too many mornings waking up alone, I reckon.
Walter, are you there, Walter? I know you can hear me, Walter. I'm going to find you, Walter.
If you like long walks through Lakeside, Rusty's your man.
If you are below an 8, skip to the next guy because I'm not interested.
Give me a chance, senpai. I promise I'm a nice guy.
To queue up for Capture the Flag is to queue up for your own descent into madness. Every round of Capture the Flag isn't just a game, it's one step closer to the abyss where the flag captures you. This game mode has its own etiquette, its own laws. Going into Capture the Flag, I was sure that it was going to be just a team deathmatch. In many ways, that is true, but to my surprise, defense on your own intel is not a joke at all. I'm sure there was going to be an engineer guarding the intel. I was actually sure that there was going to be multiple of them, which obviously I was correct about, but their teammates were not going to leave them hanging. No, they always had their back. I've never seen so many Pybros in my damn life. Part of the reason for this stout defense is because in every Capture the Flag match, there always seems to be one free-to-play scout or pyro who, if left to their own devices, will capture the flag 3 times in a row, ending the game within minutes. So listen, I can understand setting up a sentry or 2 just to stop these free-to-play pyros, these free-to-play scouts from getting the intel. But what Capture the Flag has is overkill. It seems like one team will hide in their base and just defend, while the other team has to break down the doors to fight them. Which, listen, it's fine. If you want me to come in and get you, I'll play ball. But here's what really twists my bits about this situation. None of my teammates will ever commit, especially on 2-Fort. They'll just be hanging outside, or they'll be set up in our own base. Like, bro, who are you waiting for? They aren't coming, bro. When do you ever have to tell a TF2 player to hold down the W key? After playing a single round of CTF for over an hour and being the only one to get my little piggies inside the enemy base, I wanted to hop on the mic and ask my teammates, what are we doing, gang? But then it hit me. Was I being the 2-Fort arbiter? They were only Capture the Flag players. They don't know any better. And besides, I was in their world. I wasn't in Harvest, I was in 2-Fort. It was me who wasn't respecting the etiquette, the laws of the land. So I would continue to throw myself to the sentry guns and M1 pyros holed up in their base. The abyss that was Capture the Flag had captured me. I'll be real with you, gang. Capture the Flag is simply not the right game mode for me, and that's okay. This video is not meant to really dunk on it or the people who play it. Capture the Flag is an important part of the TF2 ecosystem. It can serve as a spawning ground for new players, a place where they can learn more about the game in a more accessible environment. It also serves as a content farm for the community as a whole. I don't care how big of a tryhard you are. A clip of a T-posing heavy getting killed by a crit pan on 2-Fort will speak to your soul. In my last video, I thought that Dust Bowl was strange, so I really set myself up to look like a fool because Dust Bowl doesn't have shit on what I've witnessed in these casual Capture the Flag servers. TF2's game mechanics are damn near unparalleled when it comes to shooters, so the fact that people just wake up and decide to follow an engineer around, screaming "Sentry coming" for hours, is truly a marvel to me. Capture the Flag is filled with players who aren't afraid to commit to the bit. It's not really a place to go to rack up kills, although there are times where that can happen. It's all framed by the weird critters running around its maps. TF2 is very simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Let the T-poser T-pose, and let the dude screaming "Sentry coming" scream "Sentry coming." So don't be the 2-Fort arbiter. Embrace the creatures of 2-Fort and join a conga line or two. Well, that's all I got. Good night, TF2.